Yo, what's up, guys? PK Sparks here, guest commentator for today's Splatoon 2 tournament here on InkTV Splat. I am so excited to be here and watching these 63 competitive teams go at it for the grand prize here tonight. And I am commentating with the one and only Nine.
Yo, what's up, PK? Glad to see you here. This is an awesome opportunity for me, huge opportunity for the community to get more guest commentators, big personalities like yourself here, in addition to the usual fare. But I'm glad that you mentioned we have 63 teams today. That's the biggest Western tournament we've seen since the start of Splatoon 2. Let's go.
We have 63 teams. I've never been here. I've never been here for that many teams. We have so many of the popular teams here, including Set to Destroy, which is the #1 seed here. And I'm excited to see what they do. We already know how popular they are. The competitive teams, the accolades they have accumulated among the career, and seeing them here right now, you already know they're aiming for the gold.
Exactly. They're aiming for the gold, and after the performance they put on at Inkstorm Plus, I mean, there's nothing else to look at. They walked away with that tournament, played so strong all the way through, including a 3-0 victory over our second seed, Team Olive. And you know Team Olive's out for blood. They got first place at the G7 Series tournament, so they're out here to prove that they are the preeminent Western team, but they got a heck of a challenge for them here today.
Team Olive, a team with with a skill of their own. Like they're not to be taken lightly, as you said, out for blood. Because I mean, no one. If I was as good as that, I can do it. But we got 3-0. Okay, I will see y'all in the grand finals. We will be there and blow y'all back with another 3-0 of our own. I'm down to see a rivalry cultivate.
Yeah, it's been one of the rivalries, and we've had a lot of great teams that have popped up here. I know Silver Sanction, our 7th seeded team today, they've been getting wins over Set Destroy X, Synergy, but they haven't got that big tournament win. We were talking a little bit in the pregame. Other teams like Rising Moon, Extermination, huge teams that have beaten a lot of teams, always in top 5. They haven't gotten that big win yet. You know that they're trying to make their statement today saying we are not just in the conversation for top 3 or top 5, we're in the conversation for top 1.
Well, you know what? This Splatoon 2 is still young. There's a lot of room for everyone to grow. The only question is, who will this tournament belong to? Who's going to be able to start getting themselves pushed forward? And not to mention, who has the best team composition? Because I feel like in Splatoon 2, personally, I feel like weapon choice matters more than in the previous iteration. On Splatoon 1, you could rock out with certain weapons and do well on most modes. I mean, we know the infamous Tinatech Splatter Shot, who was known for being one of the most balanced weapons in the entire game. You could bring that to any mode on most maps and be fine.
Yeah, it's still here. It's still one of the big weapons that we've seen that a lot, but I absolutely agree. There are certain weapons that have just emerged to the forefront and are absolutely showing themselves. It is worth noting, though, the most infamous weapon in this game, the Tri-Slosher. I heard it got nerfed. I heard that boy got nerfed.
Slightly nerfed. From testing, what I can tell you is that you can no longer get a Splat Bomb into single slosh KO. You can no longer do that. However, the double slosh, because the power was lowered from 62 to 52, you can still get a double slosh KO, but you can no longer do Splat Bomb into slosh KO. So it's slightly nerfed. I do believe the charge for Ink Armor was also increased. I could be wrong, though. I had to look at the notes on that one.
Yeah, Ink Armor itself was nerfed as well, and there's a lot more blowback if you go over that 30 damage, because that's like how much HP that it was.
Right.
There's more blowback there, so you can't just tank it and then keep walking forward. So, little different.
Another thing to note is one of my favorite buffs. We have a few buffs for a lot of weapons, and we have a debuff, which we're going to talk about. But the splashdown and the buff that weapon got is so beautiful. You now rise up higher in the air, which takes you out the range of splat bombs. Not so sure suction bombs because their radius is a little bit wider, but you still get higher in the air and you come down a lot faster. So if someone sees you, you have a more chance of actually catching them in the explosion. And I believe the blast radius from splashdown was expanded as well.
Yeah, it was. We were talking about that in the pregame. We were also talking about the baller. I know you and I talked about that. We went from a hamster ball to a rolling ball of butcher knives. That thing got its radius increased. It got its damage increased. It's got its armor increased. That is a buff across the board. It is a much more dangerous weapon. Look out for weapons like the 52 gal, the Luna, the nozzle nose, to be utilizing that in a way that it wasn't able to be utilized before.
both in splat zones, and you can use it for modes such as Rainmaker as well. You can run. I've seen it similar to the Kraken from Splatoon 1, where the killer ball will just run forward and make a path immediately for the person to pass. And then if they come across somebody, guess what? 3, 2, 1, boom. You're just blowing it all up.
Yeah, that's a pretty great. Yeah, that's exactly. I think that's what the baller was supposed to be too, and
Yes.
I think they got it better now with this new buffs. And real quick, for everyone not familiar with how this tournament's going to work, there are no pools today. This is running straight bracket from beginning to end, starting with best of 3s, then moving to best of 5s, all the way up until grand finals. And it is a double elimination tournament, so if you do go down early, you still got a chance, but not a lot. Don't lose early. And I also have been informed we've got a solid $100, a cool Benjamin, for the team that wins here today. And I've also been told that that number is only going to rise in future tournaments. This is a series of tournaments. It's not just today. This is not a one-off thing. So again, 63 people here for just the first installation. As this grows, as the community grow, I cannot wait to see what this tournament series becomes. We've got a great tournament series. Of course, Young Ink, I know, going to be starting up here soon for you new coming teams. SCL, always been here. So don't go anywhere if you're a fan of the Splatoon series. We've got so many events, so many great teams, and I cannot wait to see where they go and how we grow, because, again, 63 people already. We're out there. We're growing.
They are ready to go. So please, if you guys are watching right now, thank y'all for coming through here. You're going to be here for a lot of jam-packed action. And myself and Nine and myself we'll be able to bring you guys and let you guys know exactly what's going on in these matches. So if you guys enjoy yourselves, make sure you hit that follow button. Show InkTV Splat that love, both on Twitch and Twitter. You can find their Twitters and all the social media linked below your stream. And of course, share it out with your friends. Include the hashtag Splatoon 2 so we can let the community know where to be for the pinnacle of Splatoon 2 tournament action.
We aim to make that. We aim to serve. And I think we know now what we're going to be watching here first. We're going to be watching Takeover. Takeover, our 12-seeded team. Let me verify here. Yes, they are the 12th seeded team, and I believe that will be the first team that we're watching here today. So not one of the top 8 teams, but still a team that's been out there. And we talked a little bit in the pregame. That's one of those, that like 9 to 16 range. Those are the teams that you look to make the upsets.
Yeah, you never know what to expect. I mean, they're up for a reason. That means they're right on that cusp of top 8. So anyone in the top 24, to be honest, I would not be surprised to see an upset from. But that's not taken away from anybody in this team. I mean, they entered themselves in this tournament for a reason. They're confident in their ability and their strength and their gameplay, their skill to take it all the way home. So you know what? Best of luck to everybody. I want everybody to put their best out there. And everyone take a moment as well for the former Inkjet. cut down in his prime. 3 dots in the chat for the Inkjet left behind.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, poor Inkjet. I'm getting some information now that the other team is The Last Laugh, which is a bunch of Splatoon YouTubers. So that's great. We don't get a lot of, like... So the Splatoon community primarily lives on Twitch and Discord. YouTube hasn't really been the avenue for it. But to see these YouTubers come in, and I mean, I know you're huge on all forms of social media. So we're finally getting some other eyes that we weren't getting back in Splatoon 1.
I actually will, not to plug myself from anything for this matter, but I actually do plan on doing an opinionated video or series regarding Splatoon 2, where I want to try and talk about what I like and dislike about all the new weapons, the modes, where they're best suited for. Basically, just try to give people my point of view on this game. Because again, I love the game. I have a lot of opinions on it. And instead of just keeping silent, why don't I produce content on it? So whether you agree or disagree is all there for discussion. But I do plan on giving Splatoon 2 a little bit more presence on YouTube, at least as much as I can. And
well,
also helping
man,
out my audience understand the game.
Any love that you can give, I mean, we will absolutely take it. We're still growing, and you know, I really think that Splatoon has the potential to be something big.
Without a doubt, it's a 4v4 competitive game, and the modes have actually gotten a lot better in Splatoon 2 than 1, if you ask me. I mean, there are a lot of changes I missed from Splatoon 1. Can we bring back the Inkzuka, please? There are a lot of things I like from it, but at the same time, I feel like all the modes, and most importantly, the way the maps were created in Splatoon 2 are a lot more open. You can't get locked down and put macro in Splatoon 2 like you could in Splatoon 1.
Mm-hmm.